I'll bet you if there was some pussy up there on top of that obstacle, you could get up there, couldn't you?
Sorry, sir.
Private Pile, whatever you do, don't fall down. That would break my fucking heart. Well, what in the fuck are you waiting for, Private Pile? Get up and over. Move it, move it, move it. Are you quitting on me? Well, are you? Then quit, you slimy fucking walrus-looking piece of shit! Get the fuck off of my obstacle! Get the fuck down off of my obstacle! Now! Move it! I'm gonna rip your balls off so you cannot contaminate the rest of the world! I will motivate you, Private Pile, if it short dicks every cannibal on the Congo!
So let's blame the weather, 'cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. Well, my music's rolling, I'm on to that kick and swing, and I put Zeppelin on when I feel the blues. I put Zeppelin on.
Slovakia.
Did they find out what was wrong with you?
Yugoslavia. Yeah, I was friends with you. Said you were fucking rubbing off. Just being around you. Like living in a haunted house.
Nobody rubs off more than Rocha.
I know. Sometimes he sits next to me and his arm hair. We're having a real arm hair off tonight. Between the fucking...
Actually, we will not be having any arm hair off. Please
You
do
guys
not
can
pull
make
it or tear it or anything.
Some fucking arm hair.
Motherfuckers love to grab it, too, and just fucking tear pieces out. Rocky, I'm gonna beat the shit out of Rocky, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He grabs that all the time.
Between the two of you can make that big cloak that Conan has on the end of fucking when he's sitting on the throne at the end with the, made out of fucking like lion fur. I say that was a good reference. Fuck
No,
you.
it wasn't.
Fuck you. It was a
fucking
great
geek.
reference.
Took long enough.
It was niche.
Yeah, it wasn't
All right,
wordy
long
enough.
set
I
up.
wish you would have had more words to
Somebody
it to
out there
describe
got
it.
it, and it was for them. Thank you very much. The limitations of the women. Eric wouldn't know about that.
And a fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger impression.
You ever shave your arms?
No.
Oh, you're
I have
just naturally
enough.
like that.
Yeah, I got lucky. I got just enough. I don't have a hairy ass either.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't really have an.
You don't
it's like
have
just
much
enough.
of an ass.
It's okay.
You have a flat ass.
It's hiding under here. It's hiding
You
under
don't.
here.
I've seen it.
You have not. You never saw my ass.
I've seen it.
You have not.
I have. You've
You
gotten
saw
up
my
out of-
ass at Boxers.
My ass is hairy as fuck.
I
don't doubt that.
fucking
It's
imagine.
bad. It's bad.
That's rough.
I have so what's cool is I have a photo of me. It's my Instagram picture. It's a photo of me in front of those wings on Melrose, and my pants are down.
Oh, yeah.
I have one in front of the Improv before they painted the patio over, before they painted it black. I'm in front of that shitty painting. I have one in front of the pink wall, and when I get my name on the wall at the store, I'm going to get one like that there.
Hell
Just
yeah.
my ass out.
What are you made of? What's your ethnicity?
Hang on a second. Hang on. So to my right.
At Mitchell Verzi, at Verzi triplets on all platforms. TikTok mainly, 1.3 million. Who's counting?
Whoa, shit, dude.
Jesus
Shit,
Christ.
1.3, huh?
Dude, I'm about to hit 4K. I'm
Fuck
coming
it.
for you.
We're big in Asia. That's where
Literally, if you go to Asia, you're the biggest people there.
That was too easy.
On my left.
Oh, the one and only. You know me. You love me. Luke Allen. I had Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram. Hosted live from the 405 podcast. God fucking damn it. I love him. I want to fuck your sister.
Nick Nolte Allen over here.
That's right. I said you're going to learn about loss.
And I'm Eric Rocha. Our special guest today, I fucking love this guy. It took a little nipple tweaking to get him here. I'm really happy that he's here, though. Please welcome Michael
Dane
D'Angelo,
Cook.
everybody.
Sorry.
Michael D'Angelo. Platforms, buddy. Where can we find you?
Do you find me on TikTok? So I created a TikTok account just for my shitty monologues. It's Skitmos, SKITMOS. But then my Instagram's Uncle Ben Died for Your Sins. I got really high one time. I changed it, and it was a mistake, but I can't change it back. So it just is what it is now.
What kind of monologues?
Just me as different characters fucking around. Just a lot of it is old stand-up jokes that I just burned or didn't like for the stage, and I just started riffing at a buddy's house, and he set up a camera really well. And honestly, like that's at least 70% of it. Like if it looks so good that I'm like, all right,
really
I can post
does look
these. He does a really good job. Other than that, it's just me.
I might have to
rambling.
get on fucking. Break down. I think I'm going to break down and get the vaccine. And I'm going to break down and get TikTok. I'm just going to fuck it. I'm just
Bro,
going
don't
out.
listen. Hold off for as long as you can because once you got it, you're going to spend way too much time.
That's
on
what I'm
it.
worried about.
Way too much.
I spend enough time
promise.
just on Twitter and fucking Instagram and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. It's way worse than Instagram because Instagram, if you go to the Explore feed,
Yeah.
most of it, 99% of it is still images, which ain't bad. Like,
I
right?
love
It's
that.
suited for you. But TikTok, everything's a video, so it's like way more engaging, man.
And it figures out what you like, and then it just pumps videos out.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
Yeah.
bro!
Well, I'll see yours and I'll get off immediately. So.
I can't watch Netflix or any of that shit anymore. It's
Yeah.
too long. Everything's
Yeah.
too long.
I know,
Everything
isn't
has
that
to be
crazy?
short form.
Yeah. Talk me out of the vaccine now, too, please. That was effective.
Oh yeah, if you get on everything on my TikTok is all conspiracy. It used to be titty. When I first got on, it was all titties, and now it's like conspiracy shit.
Oh,
How to
really?
make a broom out of nothing? Also conspiracy shit. Just
Nice.
like weird fucking. It's weird DIY shit and like conspiracy theories about COVID. Fucking. I'm not a flat earther, but they think I'm a flat earther, bro. They send me so much flat earther shit.
You're a domestic terrorist in their eyes.
Oh yeah. They send me a lot of shit like
You
that.
really are do it yourself though. Everything that you fucking do, pretty much.
Right now, I am. I happen to be trying it a lot. I suck though. My girlfriend's getting a place in Glendale, and I went over there the other day with I went to Home Depot because it's like an old shitty fucking place. But it's it's not. We're making it our own, and I got like a caulking gun and some caulk, and I tried to like caulk these cracks, bro. I fucked it up so bad.
Dad, caulk's tough.
I was like,
dude.
my dad's a painter, dude. I could do this.
It's tricky, man.
Oh, yeah,
It's
no.
easy to fuck it up.
It's easy to fuck it up, but I feel like I learned a little more.
Yeah.
You know, I did it. I'm so glad she wasn't there watching me because I'd have been like, could you just fucking get out of here for a minute? Stupid.
They say you can't make an omelet without some fucked up caulk in it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
or something like that.
That was pretty spot on.
I'll say, yeah, I used to do construction for my dad, and I realized that I do not have the skill. Like, same thing with like, oh, I'm a paint. Yeah, you got, but like, I do not have the skills. I got no carryover from that shit.
I would love to see you on a construction site.
oh, dude, I was
Little
I'm
shorts?
garbage. Yeah,
That's what he's talking about. All sweaty.
I'm the trash boy, dude. That's all I do. I move the trash.
Yeah, I was gonna say, weren't you guys driving like the big truck, all,
Yeah,
the,
we would
all
drive-
sitting together?
Yeah, we drove around a dump truck, and we'd pick up trash from each job site. And go,
They knew you were in there because there'd be 3 phone books on each one of the fucking seats.
and a stick to poke the pedal. Yeah.
2 short jokes. Ding ding.
I just imagine like you guys literally had jobs the Three Stooges had, where like
Pretty
trash
much.
pickup. You all live together.
Yeah,
Did you guys ever have to share a room ever?
once for like a year when they were remodeling the house. All 4 of us were in a room.
Oh,
so it was my older brother too, and it was just literally bed.
Eric
bed,
just started sweating a lot more.
I was gonna say, God, now I know
Eric's
why
like,
I wear
Eric's
shorts.
Eric's like, do you guys have pictures?
I'm not giving him mouth to mouth if he fucking falls over.
I get a
Why is the table levitating? Whoa, I drink. Whoa. That's a boner joke, folks.
Oh fuck! Anyways, one thing, you're very do-it-yourself, Michael. Fuck yeah, I really did. I want to have you on here to promote your show and what you do too. Tell us about it, man. Rapid fire comedy.
I guess the best way to start is from the beginning. So I moved to LA 4 years ago, and when I moved out here, I was like, I got my start in Vegas. Dive bar comic, dark, raunchy, fucking marine, just all the worst, gnarliest, darkest shit I was saying. And I started in bars where you had to use that shit to get people's attention, or at least I did. And nobody wanted to give me stage time out here. I wasn't getting time anywhere. I found a dude that was doing the comedy chow we did for a little while.
Yeah.
I met Steven the first time I came out here to do a spot with someone, and I saw that show. I was like, dude, I'll help you anytime I'm in town. So Wednesdays, that was like my thing for years. But I wasn't getting up anywhere else. It was like paying for open mics and shit like that. I was like, man, I got to pay $5 to get fucking stage time? This is nuts. I might as well just spend that money and buy my own mobile little speaker. I could go down to like Venice and busk. So I did. I bought like a speaker that like one of those street cubes,
Yeah.
a fucking stool, an umbrella, mic, XLR, all that shit. I went down to Venice to to sit and talk shit. I had an umbrella. I built a little stage, and the first day I was out there, some dude that like lived across from where I set up tried to fight me. So I was like, all right, I should not. I was like, I should not be in Venice. So I went to
work this corner.
yeah, oh, dude, it was bad. It was
Some
bad.
old comic that failed?
No, it
That
was
homeless?
some dude that lived like in one of the houses on the big Venice walk.
Oh,
I don't know if it
fuck.
was his house or he just lived there or whatever, but he was like you're out here, and there was someone next to me like selling wares and tweakers and people screaming.
Probably got their own Snapchat.
Yeah, dude, what's
Get out of here, mister!
There was a Snapchat building down in
Yeah.
Venice before, right? Yeah, so
my
right over
God.
there, yeah. But anyway, so I started doing it in Santa Monica, and I would go there like 2 or 3 times a week and just set up and do like an hour sometimes. And just fucking talk. And most of the time it was homeless people. But every once in a while, people would stop. And it was so like, it was real. It was crazy to me because in 1 minute, I've had people come up to me and literally try to spit on me. I've had people come up and get in my face. One time this dude comes up on me and he was like by where all they do like surfing classes and shit. comes up on me. He goes, "Hey man, you're a piece of shit. You need to get the fuck out of here." Like real hate in his heart. And I'm like, "Oh man, I hope this dude doesn't touch me. Please don't touch me, please." And he gets right up on me. And what I did was I pulled out my phone to record him while he was talking shit. And I thought I hit the record button. And I'm holding my phone. I'm like, "This is great, bro. I can't wait to post this." Because he was like a regular person. He wasn't a crazy person, but he was like really didn't like me. Just saying I can't remember, but he was like ranting. And as he walked away, I realized I wasn't recording. I was like, "Fuck!" But literally, he walks away. Not even 5 minutes later, these two different people stop and watch me, and they fucking love me. I get their emails, and that's what I did a lot of out there. Is I got people's emails, people who like me. They'd be like, "Dude, when are you performing? What clubs do you perform at?" And I started building my email list that way. Fast forward, I'm still not getting any stage time. I'm performing for homeless people, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm building my email list, but I'm just fucking, I'm just doing weird shit out on Santa Monica. One of my ideas was like, man, I should send letters out to the Marine Corps because most of them are here in Southern California. Hey, I'll come out. And I did. I sent 400 letters out to Marine Corps units. Like, hey, I'm a Marine. I'm a comedian. I'll come out and perform for you guys anytime, any place for free.
And there's a video of all of those fucking letters.
Yeah, I laid them out on the patio. Yeah, at the Improv, I laid them all out flat. And that was just like the first batch. I've sent like maybe close to 1,000 now.
Jesus Christ.
So I sent them all out, and the first batch, I started getting like emails here and there from people, and the first unit I did was Cinco de Mayo 2018, and I didn't know what to expect. I was gonna bring Steven, the dude who ran Comedy Chow. His daughter was set to be born like that day. I think his daughter was born Cinco de Mayo or the next day. So he's like, "I'm gonna stay here." So I went alone. I was like, I don't know what to expect. Like I've never done a show for the Marine Corps.
Wait,
like,
you literally were the only comic on the lineup?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I didn't know. I brought a photographer. I brought this dude who used to come to Comedy Chow and take photos. And I was like, I don't know what to expect, bro. Like, they could stop the show. They could cancel the show. Like, I don't want to drive somebody all the way out here, and it's whack. Blah, blah, blah.
Was it at a Marine base?
Yeah, it was on Pendleton, and it was for some unit that was, like, just there doing training. And I go there, set up. It's real simple. I got my plug-in speaker. There's, like, 250 Marines. They're outside on, like, those long, like, cafeteria tables.
Oh, shit.
They're all, yeah, and they're all sitting there. I go up, I start doing the show. I do 45 minutes, and they treat me like I'm Dave Chappelle, bro. And I was like, oh fuck, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like no crowd had ever fucking treated me like that. I was like, this is nuts. Like this is the crowds. This is it right here. But what I didn't realize then is I started a business model that makes me like no money, because I was doing it for free. Doing it for free because I know, having been in the military, like, if you start talking about money and budgeting and shit, like everything gets pushed off a year. You know what I mean? Like trying to get that, this person has to find out from this. And not only that, when you start doing that kind of shit, everybody wants to know more about what it is. What is this? What are we giving you guys money to do? Who's coming? What are they doing?
Yeah.
And it turns into
it's
this
micromanaged.
Exactly.
The bureaucracy.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. And so I was like, yeah, we'll keep it free. It was literally about people like, oh man, you're giving back to the military. Yeah, it's great. These guys fucking love it. That's awesome. But it was about stage time from the beginning, bro. Mm-hmm. I've always said that. I've never lied. I wanted to get up and do stage time. And one of the factors to me hitting up the Marine Corps was a lot of my buddies in the military were the ones that looked at me and were like, bro, if you don't become a comedian, you're wasting your time. Because I was like a loudmouth when I wasn't a loudmouth, but I was like super opinionated. I was the guy that when they asked who had questions, and like your leaders would be like, listen, don't fucking ask any questions. Let the lieutenant colonel get the fuck out of here so that we can like fucking do our thing and go to bed early. But we were always getting fucked anyway, so I was like, oh, you don't want me to fuck you even though you're fucking us? I'm going to fuck us right now. And I'd be like, hey, I have a question, sir. And I would just say, and a lot of people liked me, but a lot of people didn't like me. And that was, but that was where it came from, is I was always cracking wise and saying funny shit. My buddies were like, dude, you got to do it. And I was like, Marines will like it. And it just, now here we are, 3 years later. So I had the bright idea. I'm trying to figure out how, because ideally, I mean, now, man, what I want to do is I want to do 52 shows a year. If I could do one show a weekend for the military and get paid for it, like, game over. I'm done. Everything else is icing on the cake, bro. I'll do that forever. So I'm like, how the fuck do I make money? Now I'm at the point where I'm getting ready to tell units, like, hey, man, it takes some kind of donation. Even if you guys can only donate $1, like, you have to donate something for us to come out. Because, like, the comedians are volunteering their time. I'm paying for a fucking rental van and gas every time. And it'd be nice to, Alex Kahn, fucking bless his heart, dude. He fucking sets up everything. He's, like, the sound guy. So it'd be nice to, like, break off my crew, man, and, like, put some money, at least take comics out to dinner after the show. That's the real thing, man.
Better get some bigger donations.
You're telling me, dude. You ever seen someone closing in and out before?
Yeah. Not until I met him.
Is this what it feels like, Mitchell? I don't like this shit at all.
It's not fun, is it?
It's too easy is what it is. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to monetize it, and then I filed it to become a 501c3 nonprofit. I thought, like, oh man, if I can get that, then people can donate, and it's a tax credit to them, and we don't ever have to pay taxes on any money
Fuck,
that
look
comes
at this
in.
guy.
Or like a
Nice.
church, or like
I was
a
going to say,
school.
cult leader or fucking jokes
Yeah,
in front of the fucking military. It's
exactly.
just
Charity.
guys- Yeah.
Exactly. Well, so it took me like $3 or $4 grand to get that whole process set up working because I don't know how to do it. So I paid like an attorney, but it's in. We got it. We're a 501c3. But I got that news like a month after the country shut down for COVID.
Beautiful.
So my idea was I had like a spreadsheet with like 400 companies on it, and I just started cold. My plan was to start cold calling them, looking to like either do events or partnerships or get donations of goods or monetary donations, and like the country hit, and I was like, oh, I can't call companies right now. Like everybody's closed. Like nobody wants to give any money out. And I was like, the military is just slowly losing credit with everybody. No one wants to support the fucking military.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting in my house going crazy during COVID, and I surprisingly I got like 2 shows during COVID for the military. But finally in July I was like, fuck it. I just started cold calling companies, and I still haven't found any monetary donations.
Damn
Still
it.
haven't.
You will.
I'm surprised it's not like weed companies because, like, usually, at least out here in LA, like the weed companies will fucking put up for anybody.
Well, so the weed is interesting in that like I could have a weed sponsor for sure, but I can never bring that on base to give to anybody. You know what I mean?
But they couldn't give you any monetary, like no money.
No.
Yeah, but why would you donate to something that couldn't brand you?
Exactly. Well, so here's the thing: is now I'm trying to figure out the conversation because I'm a 501c3. There's like weird rules and guidelines and shit, and because weed isn't federally legal, I don't know how that fucking works.
What?
But
It's
there's
not?
Marijuana's not federally
Oh,
legal.
really?
No, hell
Oh,
no.
yeah, I
It's
guess
just
so.
locally
Fucking
state.
Shouldn't-
New
I don't know. I don't fucking smoke weed.
But honestly, I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that if I can find a weed company that'll be like, oh yeah, here's these amount of dollars, and just put our logo on your website as a sponsor, like
Yeah.
that'd be dope. I could like, you know, I can't. There's nothing I can unless it's a CBD product, which is now being used. The military's a little more easy on that now, and even some branches or some units won't. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't give anything out at a show, anything like that. These guys are in, like, you can't promote any of that shit. Like, we tell jokes about that kind of shit. Oh, yeah, I smoke weed, blah, but I can't be like, yeah, this company sponsors us.
Yeah.
Not even, like, after a show, you know. But I could be like, it's on our website. I can put it on our social media. But even then, if I start to promote that shit that way, for guys who are out, fuck yeah, that's great. For guys who are in and are like young dudes, fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the leaders that might look at that shit to book us to get us coming out, they might be like, that's
Yeah.
the fucking one thing. You know what I mean? I'm constantly playing this game of like, how do I get more shows? How do I get in there?
I feel like Manscaped would be a perfect.
I've hit them
Company,
up.
yeah.
They've nobody
They'd give
hits
him 5 of them.
Yeah, I need him. That's the thing is, I'd be a perfect marketing guy for him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've hit up a bunch of companies, man. I every 6 months I'll kind of just follow up, send out another email or a call. But for the most part, I almost got Browning like rifles or guns
nice.
or whatever. They almost sent me a few grand, but they were like, "No, we can't help it."
Eric had one of those in his underwear today. Running. Stop working so hard. I feel like shit. Jesus Christ, this fucking guy. Do
Right?
more work than
That's
10
what I'm
comics.
saying, is it's just
Motherfucker.
like-
I didn't know
I
this.
have
guy
a,
doesn't
I have
fuck
like
around.
a, I have a
And
you
he
know,
drives
that's
too.
it.
Like, he legitimately like pulls out the equipment. He drives. Fucking.
Yeah.
He meets our contacts.
How old are you?
30.
I can't tell if you're like 22 or like fucking 47.
Yeah.
Like in a good way. You don't look old, but you look, yeah, it's hard to.
Where
okay.
does that come from?
What?
This fucking
Well, he was
work
born. He was
ethic.
born 30 years
It
ago.
was.
His parents had sex.
Mom and Dad
I wish
fucked
that
right around
respiratory thing had
Valentine's
killed
Day.
you.
There's still hope yet.
I was a weird kid, man. I did my own laundry since I was like 6. I used to crawl up on the washer and dryer and do my own laundry.
Where you
Like
from?
I've been Las Vegas.
Oh, you said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I just have like some weird shit going on in my head. My parents were both tweakers, so there's a lot of that shit mixed in there. I that's the reason I don't fuck with accelerants is because my mom and dad, mainly my mom, like I know I had to have been fucked up on some shit she was on while I was in there. Maybe that's
Oh,
what.
fuck.
I don't know, which just means worse shit is coming.
At least
I
you got an
guess.
excuse. Look at this fucking these three. That's
Yeah, do you
brutal.
think your mom was doing anything when you were in the womb?
Telling bad jokes, obviously. That fucking rubbed off.
I don't think she was doing anything. I know my mom is an addict. Like my mom went to Alcohol Anonymous.
Really?
Yeah. And I didn't find that out until I was 25. She just casually threw it in the
You're
conversation.
26.
No, I'm 29. But yeah, she like casually threw that in a conversation. She's like, "Oh, maybe AA is not a bad option." I went. I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" She's like, "Yeah, I had a problem." I'm like,
Holy shit.
"All right, yeah, that's cool," but I don't think any of that weared off on me, at least.
She definitely drank while you were in there.
Yeah, she might have. She smokes a lot of weed now. Maybe that's what it was.
Actually, what I heard is for for doubles or triples. Well, this is what I heard. Someone told me this could be totally wrong. It's more of a question now. Sure. What I heard is that oftentimes what'll happen is when there's I'm gonna fuck up all the terms, but when the egg has this like, oh, it's gonna be more than 2 or 1 or whatever, doctors will be like, your best bet is to abort the other 2 and keep 1, because what's gonna happen is all of this, whatever's in here, was meant for 1, but now it's going to divide across 3. So somehow someone's going to get shorted. No pun intended.
That explains so much.
But yeah, that apparently that's what happens. And when people, that's why a lot of people end up getting one of them aborted.
They call it selectively reducing.
Yeah,
they
God, we're so close. Son of a bitch.
I was gonna say. That's what Netflix is gonna do when they cancel your show. We've selectively reduced. The Verzi shitlets. You think there was 4 of you?
Maybe.
Maybe that's what
Just
it
an
was. She
arm
was
came
like,
out.
there was 4. They were like, we should abort the 3. She was like, you can have 1.
Let's do 1.
Take 1.
Yeah.
I just imagine there's a syringe with whatever's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
And Sean just keeps dodging.
Well, yeah, Sean
It's fucking swaying.
Sean did have complications.
Of course, he still does.
What I was going to say, what if he did?
You seen his fucking hairline?
Fuck.
We all have that,
Complications.
unfortunately.
Yeah, that's triggering.
He's not playing video games. Is he? Okay, good. Yeah.
No,
he's actually doing something productive. Not much.
He's fucking drinking. He's playing with that fan on top of his hat.
Spinny cap.
Sticking his finger in a fucking electrical socket. So it does the same thing as last time.
Sticking his tongue in a fan.
I talked to my mom and she was like, "Oh my god," she goes, "I felt bad for Mitchell, but some of that stuff was really, really funny."
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, "You shouldn't make fun of the disabled though." But she goes, "But it was kind of funny, right?"
I like how your mom is.
Mitchell's a
So,
good
hey,
sport.
Mitchell, so fuck her too.
I love Mrs. R.
She's ours the best. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, but I still love the fucking woman. Besides that, nobody's perfect.
Well, he's going to hell anyways, so.
Oh yeah, because I'm gay.
You're gonna need a big fucking carry-on boat. That was some Greek mythology for you. I just want to. I keep this podcast cultured a little bit.
Do you?
Yeah. What made you want to join the Marines? God damn it!
Oh, that's another thing. I didn't do that for the country either. I just,
The GI Bill.
No. I can't. My living situation as a kid. I was these 2 hours watching. I was this not hyperactive. I wasn't running in circles, although I'm sure I did plenty of that. But here's this kid who is like, I definitely have a hyper personality.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I became very independent at a young age and kind of a control freak because of what was going around me. So I had to watch these 2 addicts try and raise me.
Fuck.
And it was like frustrating to be a kid that's, I don't know, at least at the borderline self-aware, maybe a little bit more than a usual kid because I saw so much shit or whatever it came
Your brothers
from.
and sisters too?
I had a half sister. We had different dads. She's 6 years older than me though, and like when she turned 16, she basically dipped. And what's interesting, when I turned 17, I joined. I left when I was 17. I was like,
damn,
I wanted to get out, bro. Like I love my dad now. I haven't seen my mom for like 15, maybe 16 years.
Holy shit.
But I love my dad to death, man. My dad, he did did the best he could, and he did great. But I was like, I didn't want to like join the union in Las Vegas, and most of my friends were like pieces of shit. Like my buddies were going to jail and getting caught for stupider. Like it started out just kids, fighting in the street, doing dumb shit. Some of my friends sold weed, and then it's like people started stealing cars, people started carrying guns, people started selling harder drugs. And I got a job when I turned 15. I got a fucking job. Like the day I turned 15 and a half, I got a fucking work permit at the family courts, got a job at fucking Papa John's.
Jesus.
Yeah, saved every check, bought my first car. My friends just kept doing, they would steal, and it just got way, 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 way worse. And because I was such like a fucking smart-ass, opinionated, loudmouth, not kind of fearless running around, I attracted a lot of other crazy kids, and I just became friends with a lot of fucking little assholes. And I thought the only way to like mentally separate myself from all that shit, I was like, I just got to get out of here. I got to go. or I'm going to go to prison, or I'm going to die with one of these guys.
That's great.
I just picture him as fucking Vito Corleone in Godfather 2 as a little boy, only instead of the Statue of Liberty, he's looking at the one in Vegas.
Oh, God.
The New York.
Just singing the fucking, I love who lose.
I fucking hate that city so much, man.
D'Angelo. We took the name of this town. It's D'Angelino. D'Angelo.
I love Marco.
D'Angelini.
Now I got to go watch the fucking movie again.
What was the toughest part about the Marines?
Let
me ask you this.
Not laughing.
How many people made it to the end? When you started, how many were there, and how many were there that made it
in
through?
like boot camp?
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, there's definitely attrition rate. I don't know. I don't even remember. Fuck. Maybe out of my platoon, I don't even remember how many guys were in my fucking platoon. Out of like maybe 150
That's the
guys.
most badass thing that's ever been said on this podcast, by the way. I don't
In
know how many
boot-
guys were left in my platoon.
In
and you were
boot
serious.
camp, though? Like, that's so
No, but it still
early
sounds
on.
fucking awesome. No one said anything that fucking cool ever.
They're all dead now.
Yeah.
I could tell you
And
this.
motherfuckers.
When I went to machine gunner school, it was the first
Second
time.
toughest thing.
I got out of boot camp. I went to machine gunner school, and the unit I checked in with was like they were whoever the leaders were a bunch of dudes that like just got done. Like I turned 18 the day I got my Eagle Globe and Anchor at the end of boot camp. Like the day they were like, "You're a Marine," was my 18th birthday that morning.
Fucking A.
I get to machine gunner school. I'm like this fucking 18-year-old fucking guy just got out of boot camp with the rest of these retards, and our instructors are these guys that are like late 20s, early 30s, and they all just got back from Fallujah. They all just got back from the shit. Like they've done like 3 or 4 tours, and they're all just like they're fucking fully tatted up. They're monsters, and
They still got blood on them and shit.
yeah, man, these guys were
Fucking
wild.
child's eyeball.
We had a kid try to kill himself during class, but here was the gnarliest thing.
Holy fuck.
When they released us, so I checked in there. When the fuck did I check into machine gun school? I don't know. Like December 2nd, I checked in there, and I checked in. I hadn't really spent a lot of time in California. I grew up in Vegas the whole time, so I go to Pendleton for boot camp. I spent 3 months there, and it's like not too bad. I went there in August, September, October, November. I graduated, so the weather's not too bad. But then I come check back into machine gunner school at Pendleton in December, and I had never been in like the California humidity and the cold.
Oh.
And bro, it fucked me up for the first like 3 weeks we were out there. We were in the fields. They were like, "All right, you're not gonna be at the barracks. We're training you right away." We spent 3 weeks in the field. It rains on us every day, and at night it clears up and the heat leaves. There's no clouds to keep the heat in, and everything freezes.
You want like a tent?
Yeah, you got like a tent. No, actually, we didn't. We just had sleeping bags. Actually, they
Jesus.
didn't give us tents. And so our instructors were fucking gnarly. They wanted us to suffer. They were like, "You need to learn how to fucking suffer and get through this shit."
Yeah.
And it was so gnarly.
They should have sent you to a Verzi show. Give me my machine gun, hurry!
He was a machine gunner school, not a Navy SEAL.
Yeah. I got PTSD. It's worse than Fallujah.
It wasn't.
We met the dead children.
It wasn't as
They were
bad as one
funnier.
of those shows.
Sorry.
No, he. They released us for Christmas. They released us for like a week, and when we came back from Christmas, like 150 guys did not come back.
Oh, fuck.
just
Are you serious?
just
That was
UA,
it?
bro, did not come back. It was gnarly.
How were you a good shot with the machine gun?
Yeah, that's why I was a machine gunner, because I was a bad shot with a rifle. They were like, "Here's a lot of bullets." Yeah, I mean, I wasn't terrible or anything like that. No, I was a machine gunner. Just that was what I signed up. They gave me that MOS.
Did you have was there a dude that fed the bullets and you pulled the trigger? How did that
Yeah,
work?
you have like an A gunner. Yeah, basically. So you start off as like you end up as an A gunner, and then you end up being like the gunner or a team leader. So I've done all that.
So
yeah.
A gunner's like the assistant, and then the gunner's
Yeah.
the...
So for the gun I had a 240 Bravo. It's just one of those big ass ones with bipods on it on the front. You
Third most badass thing we ever heard on this podcast.
lay down behind it. And there's a guy who basically like lays down on you, like half on you, and he's like
All right, now.
Eric, settle
he's
down.
like right in your ear. And
Eric just joined the army.
yeah, he's Eric's build too. It's usually a heavy motherfucker.
shit.
Well, it depends what you're into.
Yeah, machine guns are.
That's fucking
it's always
awesome.
a team usually.
How fast can those fuckers shoot? How many rounds can go through it? Jordan,
A lot.
listen up.
What's the fucking? Let's see if I remember the muzzle velocity for a 240 Bravo. I want to say
Put a muzzle on Mitchell.
I know the 50 cal. The 50 cal. The muzzle velocity is 3,050 feet per second.
Jesus.
Oh, that's how fast it goes.
That's the big one.
So
yeah.
wait a minute,
When
how
it
many-
leaves the muzzle.
How many verses is that per minute?
You kill a lot of them. Kill a lot of them.
That's what they used to shoot at. They had little cutouts of those guys. And they'd go in that little penguin march.
That's our fucking our
That's the
t-shirts on
movie.
wall
That
here.
was the movie Target. The three of them.
I hope because you're in their house, I hope they just somehow poison you a little bit. not to death. Not to death.
They have with their humor.
I hope you shit yourself or something.
Believe me, I've suffered greatly. That's why I'm sick. That's why I'm sick right now.
Yeah, I've missed the. They've already wronged you. I've missed the front end.
But how many rounds can go through that fucker in a second? Like how fast does it shoot?
It depends on what rate you're firing. So if the cyclic rate, I think is 900 rounds per minute on the on the 240. I think. I could be
Fucking A.
wrong. I spent a long time.
Hoorah! Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can say it wrong, you get punched in the face.
He just punches you in the face. Well, for me, that's the best thing that's ever been done. Not the first guest to hit him.
What do they give you to shoot at? Like what are the targets like?
All kinds of shit. I mean, you go from like basic bullshit targets to like they let you shoot like vehicles. And
I was gonna
shit.
say, give you like a
Yeah.
call. Fuck, it
Tanks.
sounds fun.
Yeah,
God damn
usually, because usually you're doing like overhead fire. You're doing security or support. So you're like a lot of machine guns are in positions. You have, and I was in a line company. So you see in all the movies, there's guys like on trucks mounted up and shit.
Yeah.
That's like a weapons company, typically. But most the line company I was with, we hiked everywhere, so we had to like carry our shit, set down, get down, dig a position, and then fucking and like watch
that's awesome.
these fucking angles, like this avenue.
What's the most realistic military movie that you've seen?
There's a YouTube, I don't know what it's called, but it's about that's not a movie, that's just stupid training videos. there's good videos on YouTube of guys that are in training in Pendleton, and it's just gnarly shit. You're just like, oh, these guys are like fucking, it's cool shit. I mean, the real cool shit is when they're in country, but you don't get those videos, on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Usually you got to find them on other websites. Now most movies, I don't know. They don't hit the nail on the head too much. I think I like most people. I was like, oh, dude, Jarhead's sick. That's cool. And then I joined, and I was like, that's not what it's like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Did you ever watch Generation Kill?
Yeah, Generation Kill was awesome.
Yeah, my brother loves that show. He's like, I feel like it's at least one of the better depictions.
Jeff Carasalis?
I was gonna say Eric
course.
Kurtzhoff is on there.
Yeah, that's his. Well, he was like in that fucking unit. That show's like based on him and shit like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That dude's got that dude's got some fucking stories for him.
Now they got TLC shows based on him because he builds houses and shit in Francis.
Does he really?
He's a guy. He's a contractor.
I think he's a welder.
Oh,
yeah.
We were just talking about him at the fucking bar. We're like, Kurtzhoff makes fucking great fences and shit. We're all talking about this stuff, and I was like,
Yeah, dude,
man, this
he's
dude's
got-
had a varied life.
He's got like some good welding training.
Yeah, welding.
Welders can make a ton of money.
That's a dude
yeah.
that'd be like if the apocalypse goes down, like that's the guy you want to be with.
Yeah.
Even though he'd probably kill you immediately. Just I'd be complaining about the rain and shit, and he would just be like, "Fuck you."
You know the one thing when we did that show at Camp Pendleton, the first one, which again, thank you, 1,000 thank yous for that, dude.
Thanks
That
for
was
not bombing, dude.
so
Some people
much
do,
fucking
and it's
fun.
not fun. Because I'm just in the back, like, how are they bombing right now? No, actually, I don't think I've had anybody bomb. That's the thing is those crowds are so easy. It's me being spoiled, bro. They're so good.
It's stupid good.
If you have a gnarly sense of humor, I have seen people who aren't so like edgy go in there and just have like a mediocre set. They go on a little vanilla.
You gonna get a woke comic on there anytime soon, or?
No, probably not.
Why would he do that?
Yeah, probably not. Maybe just for fun to watch them fucking crumble.
That would be fucking hilarious.
That'd be rude. That'd be fucked up.
The thing that killed me was we're there. We do this set, and it was just like a revelation. It was like, this is the most fun I've had doing comedy in I don't know how long. And then they're like, hey, you guys are so awesome. It's like, hey, thank you guys. I'm like hugging people. I'm like, you guys are fucking awesome.
Checking his grinder.
Take care of
thanks, man.
yourself.
Bring it
Take care of
around.
yourself.
10 feet away.
Thank you so. Was it worth it? You fuck Jesus Christ.
Don't ask me how I know what that song sounds like.
So, anyways, hug me. Hey, yeah, thank you so much, guys. Loving these guys. And they're like, all right, thank you. Good night. And then they walk like 15 feet.
They go to sleep.
And they go to sleep. And I'm like, I look at you and I go, they got to fucking sleep out here. It's so cold. And he was like,
Oh, they sleep outside.
Yeah, well, that one show we did.
We go right into where the training is. So that one we did where we were by that mount town, that little shoot town they had, they slept on the ground that night there too.
Are you serious?
And the beach one, they slept there for the beach. That was good.
Just had to worry about all the
Fucking
traffic
Christ.
getting away from the show.
Honestly, yeah, it's easier.
Can they
Beds
drink?
right there.
It doesn't
Some of
matter.
the shows, yeah, some of the shows they get some beer, and those shows usually go really good because they're even more loose. They're like,
Yeah, what's the rules about drinking on like base and shit? Is it
you
like
could drink on
weekend drinking?
base, but you're not allowed to drink in the Marine Corps. You're not allowed to drink in uniform at all ever. If you're in like a dress uniform, you can have some drinks, but you're not supposed to get fucked up. Even though on the Marine Corps birthday, especially in like Vegas, my god, it's just Marines in their service uniforms. They're in their dress blues and shit walking around, and some of them get fucking shitty, and their coat at the end of the night, their coat's open, dude. They're walking down Las Vegas Boulevard. They don't have their shoes on.
God.
But again, you got to remember, like, these are like fucking 21-year-old dudes. A lot of them ain't even 21. They go to Vegas for their first Marine Corps ball, and they've been stationed in 29 Palms, which is like best training in the world, but the worst place to just be as a young
fucking hot,
Marine.
man.
And they get to go to Vegas for the birthday, and they're like, dude, I might die tonight because I'm not going back to 29 Palms. You know. And
When is that? When is the Marine's birthday?
November 10th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How old is it? How long has it been around?
200 or 1775.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, we were around before
Holy
we became
fuck!
American.
I didn't know that. Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Ton Tavern, Philadelphia.
Wow.
In a bar.
Fucking duck.
Just
Look,
found it
people
at
are
a
learning
bar.
shit on this episode. This is fucking something.
I was gonna say, God, the
All this
fucking
for
hand
free,
job
huh?
you're giving him.
I don't get to talk
Do
about
you
all this
suck
kind of stuff
dick?
that often. It's fun to be like, yeah, dude, and then fucking this is cool too.
Wait, so my buddy who's a Marine, he's
Here
like
we go.
pistol instructor. He's very critical about guys that wear the uniform outside of boot
Yeah,
camp.
the Marine Corps is specifically like that because when you see most people are fucking ugly and they just look stupid. Most people, unless you're having a good day.
Not this room, obviously.
Yeah, not this room, different room, downstairs. Everybody else in this building. Most people just look fucking. You don't look great all the time unless you're on your motherfucking A game, and so they don't want people just walking around in the uniform because it degrades the uniform. Because if someone sees you in your uniform and you're standing in line at Walmart, it just associate.
fuck
They
yeah.
don't want their brand. They don't want that image, that fucking whatever that is. They don't want that associated with anything except just fucking getting the shit done. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're buying a gun though at Walmart, uniform, that's fucking.
I mean, if you're buying a gun, you got the haircut. They'll know who you are. You know, there's a haircut everybody's got in there.
They still sell guns at Walmart?
No,
I
you.
think you can
old
get a rifle.
failure.
I think you can get a pistol, or not a
I don't-
rifle,
I've been
shotgun.
to 3 Walmarts in my life.
You
They're
can-
fucking
You can
70.
get shotguns in the ones in Vegas.
Not in
Sound
California.
like you sound like you work at one.
Can you still get bullets at the ones here?
No.
California probably not.
You can't even get
Anywhere
cat-
else.
you can't even get cap guns.
You can't get shit in California anymore by way of
You can't even get a
bullets.
sparkler at the motherfucker.
Seriously, you can. It's so
You
annoying.
can't even talk about a gun in the Walmart. They will
If you
throw you
think
out.
about it, they
They'll send you to Target.
And definitely don't
Ironically
be a
enough,
gun.
to Target. Son of a bitch.
good.
Burzy, I heard you got a gun. Tell us all about your gun, Mitchell.
Yeah, what
Alex
kind of
did.
gun is it again?
Your
It's
Rudy
a-
Tooty Shooty.
It's a CZ. Hold
It's a
on.
potato gun.
I wish
wanna
you'd
see
have a
picture
CZ.
of it.
They work it for the Lakers now. They shoot shitty
Get-
shirts
get-
with
get
their
him a-
faces
get him a-
on it.
Get him a bright flashing light. He'll have a CZ.
Hold on.
Finally.
Yeah, he got a pistol. Alex got a pistol. I'm gonna get probably the same one. It's a good fit.
Oh, I thought all three like shared it. I thought you just put your hands around it all together.
That's a good photo, though.
That honestly would
shoot,
save
Paul,
me.
shoot Paul Moomjean with it.
That's what I got.
Hey, I'm not editing that out, by the way.
That's fine.
Hi, Paul.
Made
How am I
in
doing?
Czech Republic.
Yeah, it's a sick
Have you ever
gun.
shot one?
Yeah. It's like it was the only gun where it had like such a comfortable fit on the grip that I'm like, oh, I want to get it immediately. Like it fit immediately. And then Eric watches this redneck in Georgia or something that shoots.
He's not a redneck, kinda.
He has a shooting range in his backyard. It's in the woods. I mean,
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah,
That
but
dude's
he's not a
awesome.
fucking redneck. He knows a shit ton about
Mitchell
guns.
really-
Like, what is it, Hickok 45?
Yeah, that's him. He's
Dude,
not a
his
fucking
son does
redneck.
stand-up comedy.
no
Shut
shit.
up.
Yeah, he was going to be on a show, but the fucking show got canceled. And when I tried to rebook him, he was like, I'm busy.
See,
Yeah.
good.
God, Mitchell really put the pistol in that fucking story.
But he does like all the gun reviews, and he was like, yeah, this fits like the glove, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, it does. So, I
What
don't
is it?
think.
Bring it out. Let's see the fucking thing.
He's on the
I
10-day
think so.
wait.
Yeah, he doesn't have it on him.
Oh.
That's the gun though.
Oh shit! Yeah, looks like you can get some fucking
sweet
work
spot.
on that.
Yep, that's
There
a
you
gun.
You can get yourself booked with that.
Gun.
I can't wait
Bro,
till you
I have
clean
a-
it.
I have a sketch idea about a
Make sure you
fucking
drink
dude,
before you do it.
and I want Alex to play it so bad. And it's basically the I have a gun guy, and it's like him just in different social settings or anywhere. And anytime something comes up that like just kind of a little bit, he's like, "Oh yeah, well I have a gun." Like just fucking, he's at a party, people are talking to him. Was like, "Yeah, dude, I bought my second house and." It's crazy, man. I don't know. We're just fixing them up, and then we're renting them out, dude. We're making passive income. This guy's like, "Yeah, dude, that's sick, but I have a gun."
I have a gun.
I feel like that would be it would be perfect for that. I think you should leave show. What's that? With what's his name?
Oh fuck.
It's on Netflix. It's so
Yeah.
awkward. Oh my god. His name's like Eric something too, isn't it?
Yeah, because we've actually talked about it, I think, on the show.
It's
I
a
think we
show
should
called I
leave.
Think You Should Leave.
Oh,
Fuck,
it's Tim
good.
Tim
Oh, I
Robinson.
just
Yes,
saw,
Tim Robinson.
I was kept seeing billboards for that. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, it's
a
so
sketch show.
fucking weird, bro.
okay.
Oh my god, it makes me want to do more weird shit too. It
Dude.
just makes me want to be weird.
My brothers and I tried out for. They had a sketch that wanted triplet waiters,
Oh,
and we didn't fucking get it.
What the fuck?
I know.
that's dog shit.
Which means that we're really fucking terrible actors. If we can't get a triplet role,
Should have told
As
about your
waiter-
TikTok, bro. That should have been your lead.
Nah,
Bro, I did a Zoom
It's because
audition.
Sean doesn't fucking
It
look
would-
like any of them anymore.
Is this your dad or?
yeah, no.
Sean's starting to look like that principal in Back to the Future.
Oh fucking Mr. What the fuck's his name?
Rooney. oh, Ed.
That's Ferris Bueller.
Oh, what were
I
you saying?
said the principal in Back to the Future.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Slacker.
Oh, right.
What's
yeah,
his
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
name?
You're a
Yeah.
slacker.
That guy's awesome.
Poor Sean.
I mean, dude, he looks bad. Oh, dude, we were going through our old pre-hair transplant photos. He looks like significantly better. He was fucking. He looked like Homer Simpson.
Eric just cares about his ass. The hair,
Well,
not too
yeah,
much.
but
Just
when's
wants
he
to-
gonna fucking start doing more sit-ups?
Uh,
We can make fun of me being fat, but when I do it to Sean, now
You
it's
wanna
a medical condition.
I could bring him in. We'll see. You can talk to him.
No, please don't. The show's going too well. Don't bring it, Sean.
I was saying, what do you, yeah.
Let's get a giant wet blanket
We have
thrown
a
on
good
us.
guest. What do we? What do we want to bring in? The
Fair
fucking
enough. Sorry.
2/3 of this. So Alex, yeah, shout out to Alex too, because he's a right hand man at those fucking shows, and it just
He's been helping me for
Former
a while,
guest,
man.
Alex Kahn.
absolutely.
Several episodes ago.
Every fucking time we do those shows, though, like, god damn, they're so good. So, if you're listening, anybody out there, my tens of listeners, if you guys are listening, fucking please donate. It is so awesome. These guys
just
are
go on the
great.
website and buy a pin, man. Just buy a pin or a t-shirt. If
What's
you
the
don't-
website?
Yeah, it's rapidfirecomedytour.org. That's
Word.
it, man.
I'll go.
Just buy a t-shirt, buy a pin, some shit, man. Don't matter. Or you can. I mean, we got a Venmo too.
It doesn't have Eric's face or anything on it, right?
No.
Nothing like
We're
that.
not that bold just yet.
You have to have a really double X
Maybe
large
after
shirt to
he,
fit him.
maybe after he dies on
Sorry.
stage there,
Sorry.
you know, then I'll get a pin of his face.
You mean literally or figuratively? Please.
Literally, yeah, he'll die on stage
What do
there.
you mean die on stage?
Hard for the
You're a
heart-
killer.
The heart can't handle it.
Now your knees all sweaty. That was weird.
It's not
That's what
sweaty.
I'm saying,
It's
dude.
moist.
He's gonna die.
Okay.
This is one of the only times I've seen you in shorts, by the way.
It is.
You never wear shorts.
It's very Walter from Big Lebowski.
I have bigger calves than all of you.
You do it
Nuh-uh,
very
good.
dude. Nuh-uh.
You,
I should have wore shorts, dude.
You got
take
big
your
fucking
pants
calves.
off.
You're not.
You got some
shitting.
ham hocks or what, dude?
Dude, that's one thing.
That's like a-
Some guy stopped me the other. I was out at the lake with my girlfriend and Yanakis and fucking Lulu when they were still together, and these dudes were like, was like, "Hey, dude, you fucking squat, bro?" He's like, these fucking bros that are doing like front flips off clips in front of us and our girls, and we're just sitting there all stoned, like, "Oh, sick," watching these dudes do flips into the cove. And one dude, they see us like walking. Dude's like, "Dude, you fucking squat, huh, dude?" Like he's like going through the motion. He's like, how you get those, dude?" I was like, "Oh man, you know how some guys got big dicks." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I just got big calves."
Look at that Entourage episode with Johnny Drama. They'll do implants, bro, right? Remember when he goes up to that
There
guy?
you
He's
go.
like, what the fuck? And he gets all pissed at him.
Made your girlfriend go, yeah, because that's what I love more is a big calf over a
She
big
loves
dick.
my calves. She's like, "Yeah, but your cat." I was like, "Why are you with me?" She's like, "Your calves are."
I know, dude. I'm in the fucking Cav army too. I know what you're talking about. Mine aren't big, but they're very defined.
Very defined, yeah.
One of my
Fat
best
people have
genetics.
very defined calves.
I used to be fat. I used to be a lot fatter.
Because I think they have to carry so much weight. I think they get very defined. Because my uncle was like 400 pounds, and he's got some of the nicest calves.
Was
I've
he
ever
really?
seen. Yes.
400 pounds?
Yes.
Is that
Holy
why your
shit.
jawline is so sexy? Because it's got to hold your fucked up tongue?
Yes, pretty much. It's built muscle over time, dude.
Your fucking your Burmese python tongue.
Fuck, don't make me laugh.
Oh, good, kill him.
That would be my luck. I'd die from one of your fucking stupid jokes.
He'd laugh at your forked tongue.
Your mom would come to my funeral with one of those veils on her and shit. He was so funny. He hung around with my son. That's how I imagine Mrs. R talks. Shout out to Mrs. R.
I'm crying and I'm putting fucking those big flare pens in your casket. He can't write without his pens. He can't write without his pens. So how'd you wind up at the Improv?
I moved to LA and they hired me there 4 days before I moved out.
Really? You just said, can I have a job?
Well, I thought like I wanted obviously it was like, oh dude, fucking the store, hired at the store. But every time I went to the store, I don't know if you've been there, but not very warm place. Not very welcoming. I've, for good reason, as time goes on, I see what that place, why they are the way they are. But I fucking walked into the Improv. I walked into the box office. I was like, hey man, I know everybody probably asked this, but like, are you guys hiring? How the fuck do I apply if you are? And thanks. And they were like, the dude that was in there at the time was like, yeah, dude, we're actually looking for door guys. Just go on Indeed. And I applied and I interviewed with the GM at the time. And she was like some old Italian lady. So like right away, she was like, yeah, I'll hire you. At the end of the interview, she was like, do you have any questions? I was like, can you just tell me now if I got the job? She's like, yeah, you got the job. I was like, all right, cool.
She just saw your mustache coming through the door and she's like, you're hired.
I didn't have the mustache at that time. This was pre-mustache. This is like 3 years old, man. It's brand new.
Really?
2 years, 2.5 maybe.
Yeah, he shaved it 6 hours ago. And
Yeah. It comes back
it reminds me
quick.
of my mother.
Dude, that's where I got mine from, was your mom. No, my mom. Yeah, I got lucky, bro.
Mrs. R, don't tell my mom I just made fun of her Italian mustache.
Yeah, because my mom talks to your mom.
She might.
Did you hear the boys' show? He had such a good pussy joke this week.
Mustaches are sacred, dude. When my girlfriend's little mustache is wet, I don't even wipe it. Just like, that's just who she is,
She Puerto Rican?
No, she's Italian and Irish.
That'll do it.
She smells Puerto Rican though.
Dude, my ex's name was Ashley, and she used to have a little bit of
a little bit, yeah.
And my brothers would call her Mustachely, is what they call her. So fucked up.
Please put that on your TikTok.
Some of the nicest tits I've ever seen, though. Oh my god.
Cheers to that.
Hey, excuse me, my mustache is up here.
Just watch it drip onto her tits.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Every time she fucking eats cereal, she drinks the milk, it fucking stays in that spot.
Yeah.
God, you gag a little bit.
I see you're finished with your soup.
My girl recently told me my mustache stinks too. It was so
really?
It fucked me up, bro. It fucked me up for like an hour. I was like, what? She didn't be like, hey, your mustache stinks, but we were like talking about it somehow, and I brought it up. I was like, does it ever smell? She's like, yeah, sometimes. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, it just smells like whatever you ate. And I'm like, why don't you say something? She's like, because you just ate. And I was like, yeah, but sometimes it's longer than that. She's like, yeah, sometimes it's been like a few hours and I can still smell it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, bitch, you better tell me about this. You're going to be walking around with a smelly fucking face. Fuck. She's like, I thought you knew. It's right under your nose, you dumb motherfucker. I don't fucking know, dude.
What have you learned doing that or watching people at the Improv? I mean, what do you think?
From comics?
Yeah.
That I fucking suck. That I fucking suck, dude. That's one working at a comedy club, bro.
That's tough. That's tough.
The bar is don't get me wrong. There's a lot of shitty people that perform there too.
Yeah.
But like the bar is so high, dude. And that's why I moved to LA too, because I started coming out and I would go sit in the back of the OR and I was watching guys and I was like, yo, this is where I want to be if I'm ever gonna get good. Like this. Like I can't find this environment where you just get to watch people that are extremely good. Just hold yourself to a higher regard, to like a higher, whatever the fuck that word is.
Yeah, higher standard.
Yeah, man. Standing in the back of that fucking club, especially like some nights I'll get too stoned and stand in the back door, and then I'm just like, oh, dude, I should just leave now, not even clock out and go back to Vegas. It's just bad, bro. You get way too fucking worked up about like just.
You're funny. What the fuck?
I mean, yeah, I'm funny, but it's when you're not on stage and you're watching someone just fucking hammer up there and hammer, you're like, God, am I ever going to be able to do that? But I can do that with the Marines.
That's why there's a lot of,
but that's also an easy crowd. But
that's
whatever.
why so many New York guys won't watch Attell too when he's up. There's like guys that just like refuse to watch him because that's the comic. That's the name I've heard the most of people go like, I'll never be that funny. I should just quit. Even like Mark Norman said that. He's like, I can't fucking. Attell's like depressing. He's so funny.
I love him so much, man. Him and Big J are guys that I love watching because I feel like I'm the most like. I can be like. I started watching stand-up right around the time, like one of the first people I remember watching was Attell's Late Night, like Insomniac tours.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time, like it never clicked like, oh, I'm going to be a stand-up. But I just remember watching that. And now as I've seen my sense of humor develop and who I become on stage, like I fucking admire the fuck out of what he does, because I get in my head a lot about like my style and be like, oh man, this shit's not fucking interesting. I'm up here talking about chicks I fucked and like boogers and weird shit.
Imagine having two brothers with you while you do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I get weird about it in my head, man. But
So let's put that CZ to good use, huh?
I just put one bullet in it. Everybody, let's put our heads together, guys, and figure this out.
Free us both with the same bullet.
Yeah, that's the fucking the gnarly part about working at that club.
Yeah.
Man.
That's
Is you
tough.
just constantly.
Who's the most famous person you've seen in there?
Leno's there tonight. He's opening up Mundire's, which is our urban night.
Yeah.
No
At the
shit.
Improv?
He's opening the show.
He opened a show at Flappers too.
He's been at
I
Flappers.
was there. He was there the other
Yeah.
night. Yeah, I was there the other night.
I think
I'm
with
dying
Andy.
to see him, man. I want to fucking see that guy so
He's
bad.
really nice.
I heard he's great.
I intend to. Timing, man. I feel like I'm being one thing I do. Being a door guy at that fucking club, I've had the opportunity to watch a lot of comics get made uncomfortable by people trying to talk to them. So I try not to bother guys, man. I try not to talk to them. In fact, excuse me, I've only had like 3 instances where I've said dumb shit in front of me, and every time it's like, oh, I'm never talking to these motherfuckers ever
Really?
again.
Can I ask you what? Give us
The
one.
first
I'll
time,
give you my bet.
yeah, dude, let's go around because these stories are always good. So the first one was it was actually D'Elia. All right, I don't care what you think about D'Elia. I fucking like his stand up.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was at the Improv one night, and that day I'm in traffic and I'm driving. I'm sitting in traffic on Melrose, and I see a fucking G-Wagon driving by me, and it's cream colored. It's nice, and I was like, dude, there's never a fucking ugly girl in the passenger seat of these things. Never. Never. It's always a fine ass chick, and it's some fucking dude just fucking killing it, just fucking all just looking good. You're like, fuck. They start pulling up on me, pull up next to me. Badass chick, D'Elia's driving, and I'm like,
Damn.
fuck, bro. And I did the
She
right.
was 16.
Probably.
She was on her way to school.
She looked pretty, yeah.
Girl Scout uniform.
I didn't make it weird. I didn't go, hey guys, what's hey D'Elia, dude? I work at that club that you perform at. I didn't do that. I just my window was up. I was like, that was cool. And then I saw him at the Improv later that night, and I never talked to these guys ever, bro. Except D'Elia sometimes would be like, hey, I got this girl coming in, let her in. I'd be like, all right, I won't check her ID. But I see him at the club, and he just walks by me. He's like, hey, what's up, man? And I was like, hey, dude, I saw you in that cream colored G-Wagon today. Man, that thing's fucking clean. And he goes, okay. And I was like, fuck, dude. God damn it. Now he thinks I'm a fucking weird.
What's wrong with that, though?
I think dude, I don't know. It was weird. And then the second
It
time
sounds like a
that happened-
fanboy.
Were
that's
you
why.
like standing too close to him when you said it?
No, dude. I think
Were
he
you
just.
hugging him?
I think he just was operating on another level, dude. And like that guy. I think what's happened, and just from everything that's developed with him, it's clear that he was partying and hanging out on a level so high up, bro. Between money, pussy, being funny, fame, driving nice cars. Like I couldn't imagine what he thinks of me, and I don't give a fuck, anyways.
Yeah.
But the second time I embarrassed the fuck out of myself, the last night we did at Hooters at Comedy Chow on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, yeah. That was an infamous Mike.
Bill Burr just walked in that night. Someone barked him in off the street.
way.
It was our last show. He comes in and he does a cool set, whatever he talks about us on his podcast. And one night I see him on the patio at the Improv, and I'm like, hey Bill, hey man, fucking like a year ago you dropped in on that Hooters show, man. Me and my buddies run that show. I just want to say that was awesome. You can always come back. We're actually at Cabo Wabo in the Highland Shopping Center now, man. You do time. We still got a good crowd. And he goes, what's the dude's name that owns it? Sammy Hagar.
Yeah,
So
Sammy Hagar.
he goes, oh man, Sammy over there? And I was like, who?
Oh my god.
And I knew Sammy Hagarth owned it, but I just wasn't thinking about that. And he goes, I was like, who? He goes, Sammy Hagarth. He owns the place. I was like, oh no. And he was like, okay, man, bye. And he walked the fuck off. I was like, fuck. And then the last time, the reason I don't ever talk to big comics anymore was Attell.
God.
The first Kill Tony I was ever on was episode 200, and it was Dave Attell and Ron White.
I was on that episode too.
No
Oh,
shit.
shit, really?
No shit.
What the fuck?
I did a solo set
Whoa.
because Rogan was a guest
Was
Holy
he on that one
shit.
too?
on 200.
No shit.
I think so. Yeah.
History.
Belly room.
No. Kill Tony, this was in the main room. 200 was in the main room.
All right, take
I
back
could be
that
wrong.
fist bump.
Maybe it's 200. Fuck, now I feel like I don't know. I was on 200 and somehow I got up on 201. Yeah, whack.
shit.
Yeah, it was weird.
Damn.
But so 200, I go up and Attell, like everybody else kind of ripping me up. I don't remember what Ron White says to me, but
okay, I remember this episode. Yeah.
Attell goes, man, I think you're the real deal, man. I like your shit. And like to me, I was like, dude, like in my head, I'm like, I'm fucking losing my mind. The Bay room's full. It was crazy. And so I saw him on the patio at the Improv like 2 years later, and I walk up to him.
no!
I walk up to him, and I'm like, hey, Dave. Actually, he started talking to me. He asked me something on the patio as like a door guy. He wasn't like, hey, how's it going with your life? He was more like, hey, man, what, you got a lighter or some shit? And I was like, hey, man, you were on Kill Tony's panel like a couple years ago for episode 200, man, and I got a minute on there, and you said some cool shit to me, man. I just want you to know that shit's been pushing me, like it's been carrying me through some bad sets. And he goes, I hate that fucking show. I was like, all right, man, I'm out of here, dude. I'm never ever talking to these guys ever again, ever,
Dude,
ever.
he is impossible to just bullshit with.
Yep.
And this fuck embarrassed the shit out of me
Oh,
one
God,
time.
he loved
It was
ya.
so embarrassing.
Get out! You're such a baby.
Oh, I was so pissed.
He loved him. He was
Can
fine.
I tell you
It
one
wasn't
more
hell.
story?
He didn't give
Yeah,
a
please
shit.
do. Please
So
do.
Attell was there dropping in one night. Rarely ever did. This was like right before COVID too, I think. He drops in, and I know he's here, and I know he's on the patio, and I go out to get him because I know he's going up next, and so got the light. I leave the main room, walk out to get him. I go, hey, Dave, he's got the light. He goes, okay, cool. I walk back in, and Khan's walking by me to go tell him he got the light.
Oh no.
And Khan walks up to it, like, Attell's coming in behind me, and Khan's like, hey, just so you know, he got the light. And Dave goes, God, I know. Hold on, I know. He goes, God, I know. You guys fucking, you know, but he was being funny. He was like, he was giving him shit. And Khan goes, oh yeah, I was just telling you. He goes, yeah, no, I know. He told me. And then Khan walks off, and I look at Khan, I was like, fucking idiot. And then Attell behind Khan's back looks at me and goes, is he gay? It was fucking priceless. I love it so much.
Hey, what'd you say?
I was like, yes. Fucking yeah, but Attell and Big J Okerson are like, those are my fucking guys, man. That's what I aspire to be, that level of like a writer and fucking and comfortable, like fucking Big J is the shit, bro. Just like his crowd work and just being able to sit and kick it with a crowd, especially like I want to go to New York so bad, man. I need to just
Dude,
go.
me too, man.
Khan's there right now.
I'm going home to fucking visit, and that's all I'm trying to do is like figure out a day I can shoot down in New York City and do some. I'm going to Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm from, but I'm just like plotting. I'm like, I want to get down to fucking New York and do some fucking sets down there. I miss it.
I feel like I can grow more down there, man.
Dude, it's amazing. Have you done it down there?
Never been.
Dude, don't, because you won't want to fucking come back here.
That's
It
what
is
I'm afraid
fucking
of.
night and day, dude.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I turned fucking what's his name, like a vampire. That fucking kid, Bruno. I told him about it, and he goes, he moved fucking 2 weeks later. I came back from New York, and he was like, I'm thinking about going. And I told him about when I went and how great it was. And he was like, I'm fucking going, and he moved. And everyone was like, thanks, asshole. Now you made Bruno move, and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't help it. It was fucking great down there.
We do like 8 sets in a mic or eight mics in a
And
night,
you can
right?
tell the difference in those comics.
And you get a
Open
lot
mic
of real
comics,
crowds, yeah.
Yeah. And those open mic comics are like real fucking. They're all funny. Every one of them. They don't waste fucking time. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I was like, this is like fucking night and day.
Yeah. How do you deal with the winter though?
The what?
The
Oh
winter.
yeah, no, yeah. That's gotta suck.
like
But the night I fucking landed, I went straight to fucking. I landed back here, and I did a set. I landed at like 6, and I did a spot at the Koreatown fourth wall when I was still there, at like 9. And the first fucking guy up was like, "Oh, I didn't write nothing. I'm so sorry. I'm totally baked right now." And he had like slippers
Oh,
on. I'm
God.
like, fuck this. Take me back.
That
I'm telling you, it ruined it. I was like, I want to fucking move there and do stand up right now. This is like 2019 before the shit hit, but like,
Damn.
dude, it was fucking phenomenal. I was like, this is awesome. Everyone was like fun and like on their shit.
People
no
are
one
working
wasted
on their
time.
shit, yeah.
You go to the next mic, the whole same crowd. Next mic, all new shit. Everybody, it was all funny. I was like, this is fucking funny. It's a real comedy
Yeah.
show. It's a fucking open mic.
That's a killer environment to grow in.
Yeah.
Where everybody. It's that serious. It's that important. that
You make
everybody's
friends
working.
in one night because the same people, 3 fucking mics, were like, oh, you were at the last one. I like the joke about the fucking cock. And you were like, yeah, and then you're fucking friends. Next thing you know, you're fucking playing with each other's cocks in the fucking alley.
There's a lot of alleyways there too.
There
a
is,
lot of
I know.
different places to play.
There
Yeah,
is.
I'm jealous. Alex Khan. I dropped him off the airport like 2 days ago. He's there now. He's actually got a set at the Stand tonight.
Fuck him.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Nice.
Brandon?
With
Brandon there,
Brandon,
too?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Brandon,
So go down
Brandon
there, hit
just
up
got
Brandon.
hired. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking A. I got to figure out a way to go down there. I got to do it.
What about you? What's your embarrassing story?
Oh God, I do have an Attell story, but the hands down worst fucking moment I've ever had. We were doing a guest spot for Donnell Rawlings in Phoenix.
Oh, God, I fucking love this story.
So we're doing a guest spot for Donnell Rawlings.
Settle in, everybody.
I just finished taking a shit, So I was not aware of what was happening in the room.
And by that he means writing his set. He was
Donnell was blatantly running his set, but I didn't know that. So Donnell's just like, man, you know about Lil Nas? I'm like, no, what's up with Lil Nas? He's like, man, that motherfucker's gay. I'm like, what? I didn't know that. And Donnell's literally trying to do his set, and I'm responding to him and having a fucking conversation with a guy that is not trying to have a fucking conversation.
He's running lines.
He's running his jokes, and I'm responding to them like a fucking retard.
Yeah, in the green room?
In the green room, yes. By the way, and Donnell had just kicked somebody out of the green room. So he's already not, and he's like a fucking pit bull before he goes on stage. And of course my brothers don't say anything dude, shut the fuck up. They're just watching it happen. They're laughing at me.
That's great.
Ugh. But yeah, he was, that went on for about 2 straight minutes before I finally got the hint.
2 fucking minutes of you.
His whole first bit.
They were lighting you.
Donnell actually, shut the fuck up. He gave me the best advice I've ever gotten from a comic.
Yeah, don't hang out with the Versies.
Second best advice. I got that from Rocha though. No, fucking. Because Donnell, I have talked to. I've talked to him quite a bit.
He's fucking sick.
He is pretty cool. He's a crusher, man. I've never seen that guy not have a good set. So he was on a show a show that had kind of started up with Kevin Smith called Hollyweed. And it's about these 2 dudes that own and run a dispensary in Hollywood. And I wrote a spec script for it. And I wanted Kevin Smith to read it and him to read it and be like, yo, dude, I'm a writer and I'm trying to. And I gave it to him and I was like, hey man, I wrote a spec script for Hollyweed. Would you check it out? Man, I'm trying to be a writer and get on some shows so that I feel like if I become a writer on a show, maybe it'll help me with some credit and I'll get on more comedy stages. He goes, oh man, you don't have to be a writer on a show, just be funnier. I was like, damn.
Damn.
I was
That's
he's
right.
Awesome. He's right.
But one thing I love about Donnell is Donnell was if anybody comes up to me and says, oh, I want to do comedy, he will give you a spot on that show that night.
Really?
Yes. He'll be like, okay, let's see it, motherfucker.
Whoa, that's a good move, right?
Yeah.
Call it out.
Yeah.
There you go.
We were able to talk to a mutual friend and we ended up getting on that show because of that. But yeah, Donnell is pretty hardcore on a lot of that shit.
He is, man.
Mm-hmm.
He is. He's him and what's that fucking dude's name? 30 Rock. What's his name?
Gallagher?
No. Black dude, short
Tracy.
black dude. Tracy Morgan.
Tracy
I don't really know him, but in fact, one day I was standing on the patio with another fucking dumbass comedian, and he started talking to Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan just showed up randomly. I'd never seen him there before. He wasn't there to do a set. And this comic goes, hey, man, what would you tell us 2 young comics? And I'm about to walk the fuck away. I'm
fuck.
oh, God. And he, sure enough, just laid into us about man, you got to be out here doing it. You ain't doing nothing. You standing here on the patio. And I'm wearing an improv shirt. He's like, you need to be out in the scene doing shit. You need to get a job at a comedy club. You should be working here. And I'm just I was stuck in this. I'm not about to interrupt. I was I got to just get the fuck out of here, bro.
I saw that one time. Who's the guy who wrote Adaptation? The famous.
Oh fuck, I can't remember his
you know
name.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They had a screening of Adaptation at the ArcLight.
Sorkin?
And he was
No, it wasn't Sorkin.
What the fuck's his name?
Oh,
he's
just
great.
go on.
But he did a Q&A after one of the first questions from the audience. He's just a pissed off little guy. He's all maladjusted and shit. And someone's like,
Aren't we all?
Yeah, no shit. He's like, what advice do you have for aspiring screenwriters? He's like, I don't know. He's like, how am I supposed to answer that? I don't know. Keep writing. Just write more. It's such a stupid question. He's like, why would you ask something like that? But he said it nicely. It was weird, but it made so much sense. And he was like, yeah, why would you? It's such a hack question.
Yeah.
And he dissected it so
hey, how do I become good?
Yeah, basically, yeah. It was borderline mean, but sensical at the same time. You're like, yeah, fucking A. It's so great.
But they need that because I feel like most people don't get
Charlie Kaufman, that's his name.
Most people don't get any advice like that. I feel like a lot of people out here never.
Yeah,
get
everyone's
that
like,
sort of advice.
oh god.
Yeah, they're too afraid of hurt feelings.
It's a weird fucking thing because especially with audiences now, there feels like more of a gap, and I noticed that because I just got back from San Diego.
Name dropper.
I know, right? And especially just because doing those Marine shows, but I did the Dudes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh
yeah, I remember.
And it was so funny because me and Justin Foster were standing there, and I'm looking at the gig and I'm looking at who's around, and I'm like, this is gonna be a fucking shit show. This is gonna be one of those fucking humbling, okay, this didn't work. Like, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have fun with this and do whatever the fuck I have to do. And yeah, and sure as shit went up. First joke kind of hit. Then it was just like blah 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 blah, and then it was just like, okay, fuck all of you. And I immediately I just turned, and it was just like, I told one guy, I was like, I loved you in American Me, and then it was like, fucking orale.
There were definitely some essays in the room that night.
Piece of shit, like just. And
How long ago was this?
A week ago.
The drunkest dude in the room comes up to me. He's like, dude, you're the real deal, fool. Fucking you, fool. Like, man, I come to all your shows. Fool. I was like, okay, drunkest guy in there. I want you at all my shows. Yeah, give me your email, motherfucker. Yeah, right.
It was so fun because I took a picture of him doing it.
Oh,
I'm
man.
going to show you that picture.
That dude was fucked up.
Say, bro, are we related? Because we kind of look for similar.
He's like, dude, you're a fucking, oh, man, you're a fucking bass.
What?
He kept saying, he would like whisper. I was like, all right, man, I got to go back on stage now.
It was Danny Trejo.
I was standing there with Justin, and we were just kind of like, like, and it felt good to know, like, because Justin was on his way, I think, to like Supernova that night. So
I love that guy. He's fucking awesome.
he's doing this fucking show that just whatever. And then
That's perfect.
and then he's doing this fucking great show right after, and I'm like, God, fucking comedy is so like that. Like you're just like. Ugh, it's fucking malaria. I'm getting mad talking about it because it's just like, I fucking hate you people too. Like, you have no idea how badly I wish this bar would burn down and I would stay in it and die if I could watch you die first, you cocksuckers.
Speaking of which, the good night mic is back tonight.
Oh.
The good night.
What is
Hallelujah.
this?
Listen to this motherfucking mic.
What's the good? I don't know.
It's a dive bar. And ironically enough, right
It's a
across the street
karaoke
from
bar.
fucking Joe Menente's house. Right across the street.
Really?
Yes. It is a lot of drunk heckler. It's a fucking shitty
Wait,
shit
what
kicker.
bar?
Good
Are
night.
you allowed to? I mean,
Oh,
not
no,
allowed.
you're right.
No,
I'm thinking
what
of
are
the
you
other
talking
one.
about?
How does the crowd receive shit talking? Like if you start laying into the crowd because they're shitty.
They're just drunk and they're regulars there, and you're fucking up their night by being there. This is
Vegas crowds. Yeah, that's where I dive bars in Vegas.
yeah.
Exactly how it
I'm getting
started.
confused. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of
You're thinking of the Good Night. That's near Burbank.
yes.
That's
Bob-
NoHo.
What's that one that's across from Joe's
Is
house?
it Starlight? or-
Starlight. Yes. Fuck. I got my
Yeah.
nights mixed up.
There's a
I
porn
stand
star used to be.
erected.
But that and like the San Diego show too was the same kind of thing. It was a lighter crowd, but the cool thing is like I had been around enough comics, like especially the guy that booked me. Thank God, he was like, yeah, it's kind of light, but whatever. And I got like more bookings there, but it was only because he had known me from other shows. But so much of it too is like, fuck, enough people have seen me do well that it's like, okay, yeah, I can be funny. Especially when you do these fucking shit shows though, where it's just like, oh my God, like
But those are some of the best ones, I think.
I don't. I like fucking fun shows, dude. I'm
of
sorry.
course.
I like good crowds, but I'm so used to doing shitty crowds, man. I'm so used to doing them, especially like if you do open mics. Like those are the shit. When you're like, all right, don't get me wrong. There are some fucking good open mics where you get a good group of comics in the room and you get like a good time, good growth, good tag. You get into a zone, you get to fuck around. Those are awesome.
It's rare.
But it's rare. That's right. It's fucking rare. Most of the time, it's a bunch of fucking weird motherfuckers, and they're all in a bad mood, or they're all critics, or they're all having a weird day.
They're all
or,
one weekend,
Or
they don't
someone
know.
opened up with the N-word. Sometimes it happens. I'm working a new bit. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to make it funny. But it's so fucking missed that it's like all these little shows suck so bad. When you get in front of a good crowd, you just want to cry.
Yeah.
That's why I'll
It's-
tell crowds too. I'll be like, God, you guys are fucking dope, dude.
I think that's really where that comes from. It's just doing so many fucking god awful shows because
Yeah.
even that San Diego show, I was like, all right, is anybody gay here? And no, and I was like, on San Diego Pride, there's not one fucking fag in here, nothing. And I was like, I don't like you people either. Like, I don't want to be here. Why are you here? And it's just like, because at one point you're just like,
Is it Madhouse?
yeah. And I was like, you're in San Diego. Why are you even here? I was like, you don't need comedy. And it was fucking. It was so
San
bad.
Diego not enough for you,
I
shitty
just, yeah,
people.
yeah. Are you not entertained? Like, and I got mad. Like, it was such a like, I did material, and it was just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna push through with what I normally do, and if you like it, that's great, and if you don't, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And then I just started doing jokes that would make the other comics laugh, because I was like, all right, you got to stop being a fucking child about this, like, because somebody needs to laugh at this set. You've been doing this far too long to just give up like this.
Well, I feel like also like those crowds, that feeling where you're like, all right, I'm gonna make the comics in the back of the room laugh. That can be like it can be a bad thing when you start just trying to make comics laugh, and it's all right, what are you in this for? Because like the crowds need to fucking play. But sometimes you're in those rooms where that all that material you had planned that hits, they don't want any of it for whatever reason, and then you just start really, really being yourself.
Oh,
and sometimes that goes bad as fuck.
Yeah.
But when it goes good, you're like, oh, I just figured out how to do all this other shit I've been thinking about as myself, and that shit worked. Or maybe a lot of times it doesn't work, but you're like, oh, at least I got to explore all that shit. Now I know it doesn't work.
It's just fucking, and it is every
It's a process,
time,
right, Eric?
Every time you do this shit, it's just like, okay, the answer has always been more vulnerability, at least for me, because it's like I know that's where the best jokes come from, is when I tell someone like, I really am scared of this, and then I'm like, could you imagine if this happened with it though? Just like, wouldn't that be terrible? And I've always known that, but it's just so weird how many other things get in the way of that, or can get in the way of that. So I don't know. It's interesting because it is such a fucking hustle, and of everybody that I know, you're one of those guys that fucking hustles.
Yeah,
like,
but
sincerely,
it ain't paying off. No.
Yet.
It ain't. I'm still living on the floor. I still ain't got no money. I fucking still don't get spots at the Improv. I'm just making my own.
Yeah, but you're behind the music episode. This is the first 15 minutes. The rest is coming.
I'm banging my
The
head.
bitches
on the
are
wall
coming.
So
Keep
hard.
doing TikTok.
Oh man, dude. So that's
TikTok pays.
What's what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to make use of all these little characters I like fucking around as. And right now, like, it's not much. Like it's really hard to make content and post it and then put it out and get judged for it and then just let it live out there and not delete it. Oh man, that's so hard to make shit. But
well, either cheer up or stop making that rifle.
But then, like,
amen.
You're like, yeah, I made the trigger guard a little wider so I could fit my toe in there. Ammo!
I'm listening.
but at the end of the day, they're like open mics. You know, each video you put out is just like, all right, open mic, let's see what hits.
Yeah.
Cool, it doesn't hit. All right, like
Yeah.
the fucking videos we did, we thought the one that like really took off were like, this is the dumbest shit ever. But it fucking hit, and we're like, all right, we'll just keep doing that because it pays money. So
TikTok's weird in that like it's not weird, but it's hard for me because some of the shit I talk about is like I had one video in like 12 hours it hit 50,000 views.
yeah,
Damn.
But then they muted it.
Fuck,
I was,
really?
Yeah, because I was saying.
yeah,
fucking
they're trying to be
shit.
more of a family-friendly app.
Dude,
Why? 'Cause
but
would
listen
you
to this, bro.
But you can put
You
the
could-
M word on every song and every one of their dances.
Yeah,
that
but
they have,
there is so much pussy and titty on that TikTok. Like, bro,
Yep.
you're worried about me saying the word dick or cunt or faggot on here, but you have all this like, oh man, there is so much pussy, like so much pussy, way more pussy than DIY
like
projects.
Like naked? Like they control everything?
There's
some of
a
'em,
fin late, bro.
it's-
Hold on,
it's sketch.
Let me show you why you don't have TikTok. I'm
we're
about to show
talking
you
like
right
girls
now,
that are
bro.
freshly 18, fucking barely having anything on their
All right,
titties.
now I
and
need
they
to
just
sign
started.
up.
You said that so creepy.
It's just true. Like they start an OnlyFans, they fucking clean up.
No, just the way that you said
I
freshly.
didn't see anything explicit. I mean, she got
18.
booty shorts on. I can't
Hold on.
even see her.
Hold
Go
on.
through mine.
I can't even see her clam through the fucking shorts.
Her clam. God, you're a fucking.
What's up? You're on some heteros now, Eric.
You talk like an old mechanic.
I wish I had those skills. I'd be making more money. Fuck.
I mean, yeah, just like this is like
Oh, fuck. Who's that? Jesus Christ.
this is literally
Whoa. Look at those hips. What a
Dude,
doll.
I mean,
Who the
we're-
fuck is that?
just you keep just scroll.
Jeez. All
Three
right.
scroll every three
All right.
scrolls you get another one of
Do
those.
I have to? Would you know if I've subscribed to yours or not if I get on there? Because I don't want to like offend.
You don't need to.
Okay.
We're fine.
Just kidding. I'll be able to cool me down. It'll be like the fucking ginger with the sushi.
Yeah, I've been watching too
I
many
have a versi in between each
DIY
pussy.
projects now. I can't find any good shit.
Now his
God damn
fucking
it. Don't
worry, I
phone's
got
all
you.
sticky.
Show me
But
the
yeah, it's
conspiracy ones. I'm into those too. I'm not a 9/11.
Mine
truther,
is like sports highlights, hot girls, and conspiracies. That's like all my favorite
Really?
stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah.
What conspiracies you like?
The ones I get are all vaccine related,
Oh,
and
okay.
I was getting a lot of like the
Are you vaccinated?
New World Order shit. No, not yet.
You're gonna get it though.
What?
You're gonna get it. I'm thinking about
I
getting
might.
it, man.
Depends.
The fucking the doctor at the
We might have
urgent
something
care
coming
talking
on
into it.
down the chute when we get off the mic here.
It's getting to the fucking point where it's like if you don't, you're just getting bullied into it anyways. It's fucking unbelievable.
I mean, you're old. You're at risk, so that might be worthwhile.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
You're in the
Well,
40s.
I'm young at heart.
You're in the 40s though. And you already got to what? You
It's
passed
not
the
in 40s. It's just 60 and above. You son of a bitch.
But
Not
you
that fucking
know
old.
you're not the healthiest. You passed a kidney stone. And, you know,
Yeah,
I don't like this either.
you're at
You
you have
want-
What's going on here?
comorbidities.
Is it?
Yeah, I
weird
got
that
3 of them that I know.
The fattest guy at the table is like, yeah, you're pretty unhealthy, Luke.
You should get looked at.
I know.
Fucking licking his fingers, getting the barbecue sauce off him.
All right, on my right.
At Mitchell Versi, at Versi Triplets on all platforms. We will be in Utah on the 12th, August 12th through the 13th in St. George with Willie Mack. Willie.
Very
Good old
nice.
Willie Mack.
Willie.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
On my left.
The one and only, you know him, you love him, the kid, at Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram. Luke Allen, the comedian, live from the 405 fucking podcast. I host it all by myself every week, 90-minute fucking episodes every Wednesday, free on iTunes and anywhere else we get a podcast. See you later.
And my guest
Dane
across
Cook.
from me.
G-Wagon.
D'Angelo.
Yeah, you can find me. Find the tag at Rapid Fire Comedy Tour, man. Check out our stuff. If you like it, go on the website and join the email list and shit, and find out. We got a big fundraiser show in Vegas coming up when I get the date.
I'm writing it down right
Halal.
Fuck yeah. I'll be in Brea. Josh Potter is headlining that, so I will be
Dane
there
Cook.
Thursday, July 29th, and we're gonna have some fucking fun. Josh,
That's going to be a sick lineup.
Josh has been.
They
killing
will, in
it
spite of
lately,
Eric.
so
You're filming that, right?
I don't know.
I'm going to try and make it to that one. The
Bill-
29th, right?
I'm not telling you. You just
Come
shit
on.
on me.
Oh, I was just joshing you.
Mostly Bill Cosby's free though. It's the good. It's the. If we're gonna end on a high note.
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. Well, my music's rolling,